welcome back to another episode with Rushabh having here. So today I have Rushabh. So Rushabh is a kindness ambassador, philanthropist, author, and a businessman. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. It's my pleasure having you.
Thank,
Thank you very
thank you so
much.
much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So yeah, my first question to you is, if you can speak about yourself and what you do.
Okay. I am basically I've done my MBA in marketing, and I run a business of diamonds, and I also run an international movement of spreading kindness. It is called Your Turn Now. I'm also trustee in other three NGOs, and also I have written four books, which
Okay.
is called Knock Knock, Are You Listening? Your Turn Now, Your Turn Now 2, and The Second Look. Those are the four books which I've written.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. Yeah. So just would like to know more about your kindness movement. What it is all about. If you can speak about that.
So basically, my kindness movement is about this. If you can see this card, it's called Your Turn Now.
Yeah.
It says someone did a little nameless act of kindness that touched your heart. Now it's your turn to multiply this feeling. Be there for someone and pass on this card. So this first card was given out in December 2009. And as
Mm-hmm.
of now, more than 500,000 cards are out in 48 countries. So
Okay.
I have these cards in English, I have these cards in Hindi, I have in French, German, Spanish, Mandarin, Arabic, Japanese, Russian, international 10 languages. So depending on the country which calls for the cards, I send it accordingly. So like say if it's called in South America, so I generally send one side English, another side Spanish. If it's the Middle East, the one side English, another side Arabic. So that's how this movement has been growing, and now 48 countries.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, and what was your motto to start? What was your main mission to start the movement?
So the movement, there's no one reason. Yes, the couple of reasons being one being the kind of books which I read. It's more of non-fiction and moral-based books which I used to read when I was young. And also in a city like Mumbai, or in any busy city, that people are always in a rush. They don't have time to spare for someone, or even if they're court traveler, or even the people who are walking on the road. They don't have time. So this movement was to make them think, make them pause, make them wait for someone, do an act of kindness, make someone smile. Just
Okay.
don't be in your rat race. And also the movie called Pay It Forward, which I have seen up till now 52 times.
Hmm.
Even that movie has inspired me a lot to take this movement forward.
Okay, wonderful. And like as you said, you have in all the languages, Hindi, English. But as we know in India, there is a large population which is which is not there are people who are literate, but a lot of people don't know to read. So what kind of things do you do for them?
So what happens? I mean, as of now, I've never got a complaint about this. But see, you know what? When you do an act of kindness, that person knows. So you just give this card saying, in your local language also you can say कि मैंने आपके लिए कुछ अच्छा किया, आप किसी को अच्छा करके ये कार्ड उसको दे देना. Not necessarily you need to read it. It's like because when you have given the card, because the person has realized, that you have made him smile.
Yeah.
And it becomes very easy. I mean, as of now, I've the last 10 years been doing this. There's never a complaint where the people have not understood the language. The point is, kindness has no language. It goes without saying. People understand that. So the
Yeah.
card is basically just a reminder to like people always ask me that why you need to give the card. Like Gita says, karma kar phal ki chinta mat kar.
Yeah.
So what I say is karma kar, card de de, phal ki chinta mat kar. Why? Because when you're giving the card, you are inspiring that person to take it forward. You are
Yeah.
inspiring that person that even you can do something.
Mhm.
So it's like if I ask you today that do you remember anybody doing good deeds to you in last 1 year? You might remember one or two, but there would be maybe five, six, seven,
Yeah.
right? So once I have given the card, you will at least remember that act of kindness that you should be thankful for, that someone has done a good act to you, and you need to take it forward or pay it forward. So that's how the whole funda works.
Okay. Great. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And you being an author, so how did you get into, like, how did you get into being an author?
Okay. So my being an author was, I think it was destiny, or I was pushed into it. So earlier, since Facebook started coming, social media started coming. Earlier, we don't know where we used to write it down, but we never used to post it. So once, I think it was in 2011 or 12, I started. So whatever I used to learn from my life and experience, my life experience, or something to where you have a different outlook to, or a different perspective to a certain things, I used to write it down. It would be like one 2 pager thing, and I used to post it on Facebook. So one fine morning, a cousin of mine, I mean, we meet hardly once in a 2 3 years for social function. She called me, she messaged me that, text me your address. So I just texted, assuming that she wanted to send some invite or something. So in the evening, my mom called me in the office saying that, you know what, your a book, 500 books in your name has come. So what she did was, my cousin, she compiled all my articles which I used to post on Facebook, and she made a book of it without even
Okay.
editing anything. She just made a book of it, and she said, I want your message to reach many more people, because at that time not many people were on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said your messages should go beyond Facebook because it makes lots of sense. And plus, I'm not supposed to sell those books. It is only for circulation, which is to be given for free, so that this message, which is so touchy, which is so, like, I mean, if you read the story of in that book, every story you will feel, oh, this is my story, or this is a story of someone who is close to me.
Hmm.
So that's how that she said that, this is how it should go on. And then my second book came, which was, so the second book is like they say, Majburi ka naam Mahatma Gandhi, something like that they say. So with this movement, my target was to reach 7.7 billion people. It is still my target to reach 7.7 billion. So I thought maybe I would need 1.2 billion cards. That's 120 crore rupees. So I thought, now if I want to reach 7.7 billion people, I need to raise 1.2 crore rupees. So which was
Yeah.
the only option. I thought that since I get stories almost alternate days or every second, third day
Hmm.
about how people are using these cards. So why not I make a book compiling all these real stories, so it can inspire people and it can go to places where I can't go reach. Because see, I go to different schools and colleges, go to societies, I go to Rotary clubs, I go to corporates, where I give a talk on how to make someone smile every day. So what I thought was, places where I can't reach, like maybe outside India also, there are places where I couldn't reach. This book can reach and can pass the message of kindness.
Yeah.
And plus, in the book also there are these cards. So after once you read the book, you can cut off the cards and you can pass on that card. So that's how in Jan 2013 the first book came out. It's called Your Turn Now. Crossword
Okay.
gave it best book of 2013, and in Feb 2016 we came up with Your Turn Now 2, which again
Okay.
has all. So this both the books have all different stories. They're all real stories of how people have used these cards or other people have given this card.
Okay.
So what happened was, in 2016 itself, Amazon gave it a memorable books of 2016.
Okay.
And recently there was a survey where globally there were 8 books chosen which are based on peace and kindness, which can teach anyone about peace and kindness. So out of the 8 books which was chosen globally, one book was This Your Turn Now.
Okay.
And this book have also been featured as a 50 great books which every parent should read to their child. So for me, this book age limit is from 5 to 99. So even a 5-year-old can connect with the book. Even a 99-year-old can connect with the book. And it's in very simple English, and it is not in a very, it's not in a preachery. It's not like teachery way. It's not like giving you gyan that you have to be kind. But the stories are so well written, rewritten again. They are real, but they are rewritten because I used to get stories in different languages. Sometimes I used to get on WhatsApp. Sometimes we get in SMS. So we have rewritten those stories just to, and they are all real stories. We just change the location and the name because it's a nameless act of kindness. And every story makes you think, oh, this even I could do it.
Yeah.
How even a 5-year-old can think, oh, this even I can do it. So it's not always like people think, being kind or charity is always about money. For me, I think charity or being kind is both charity, money and time. So
Okay.
helping someone who has fallen down, waiting for that person for 5 minutes, is you giving your time.
Yeah.
and buying a water for him, then you're purchasing a water for him, then you are giving money. But it's not always money. So time is also like holding a door for someone. That's small little things which you can do in your everyday life. Even giving a say bottle water to a traffic policeman who's standing at the signal, the whole day, be it summer or winter or rainy, or even giving a small piece of chocolate to the courier guy who comes to deliver at your house. These are the small act of kindness which can actually help you make someone smile or make someone's day. You never know what that person is going through, but your act of kindness, your smile which you have passed, can pass on to that person and he can take it ahead.
Okay, okay, wonderful. And what has been, how do you read it? Like, what kind of stories? Like, can you share one of your stories which you love? Every story is unique in themselves. The story which is very close to your heart.
Okay. Now, from this book only, I'll tell you that this one very simple story. So I had gone through this school and I was addressing pre-primary for the first time, 5, 6 year old. So I was wondering how would 5, 6 year old take this thing, because you generally don't want them to interact with strangers. And so I had told them very, this card you are supposed to use only when you are with your guardians or parents. Don't use it alone, because then someone will say you are not supposed to talk to strangers. So I think after a month or so, this guy, the story came up to me that this 5 year old, he had gone to market with his mom, and on the way back, while they were walking, they saw this old lady carrying lots of bags. So he said, Mama, you know what? This uncle had come to our school and we have to do an act of kindness.
Yeah.
So why can't we help her? Mama said, how can we help her? She's carrying so many bags. Why we should pick one or two. So, randomly going and telling a stranger that, can I pick your bag? The people feel, people feel it's weird. But
Yeah.
since the child was insisting it, the mama went and asked, auntie, that auntie, can we pick your bag? So she's like, no. But then she saw that, the child is asking, auntie, please, I have to do an act of kindness. Can we pick your bag? So she gave the child, the lighter bag, and the mama also picked up the 1, 2 bag, and they went 2 blocks out of their way, and they went 2 blocks out of the way and dropped that lady to her house, walking. And that's when the mama realized, that how important it is to listen. That see, the kids, they learn by observing you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? If you keep telling, you should go and help blind men cross the road. You should be obedient. You should be polite. You should be respectful. But then they don't listen to you. Once you do it in front of them, they will observe. This is something nice. They're like this. I get almost like I said, I got stories almost every 2, 3 days. There are like so many beautiful things. There are stories where people have saved lives and pass on this card. There are stories like something like as simple as giving a chocolate to someone and making someone smile. So I
Yeah.
also made a video
Mhm.
which has 40 random acts of kindness,
Okay.
which you can do in a daily life. So when I used to, so I'll give you a little story on this video. So earlier when I used to go to this schools and colleges and corporates, I used to show them, I generally show them videos. So generally all these videos are made either in US or UK. So when I used to go to villages and show these videos, people would, the song behind was played in English. So
Mhm.
they'll switch off their mind, thinking, it's English, so we don't understand. The point was to see the video that how an act of kindness is happening. So I thought I should make one video in India itself, which has all some certain like morning 5:30. There's this car washers, people who come and wash our cars till 11:30 in the night when you are going back home after your work in an auto. What all things you can do? So I have this 40 different acts of kindness with 40 different people,
Okay.
starting from car washers to postman to traffic policemen to garbage guys, the garbage collectors, the sweepers on the road, and then at the restaurant. So like 40 different act of kindness act, and that video has gone viral like anything,
Mhm.
and it has reached and it has touched many lives. Because after that video, there are many people who wanted to celebrate their birthday different. Like say suppose you're turning 16 or 17. So what 17 act of kindness would you want to do?
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how people started relating to that video, and on their birthday they wanted to do that many act of kindness, or in a given a month they want to do that many act of kindness, and they would pick up from the, because there are all small things and all such very easy doable things. nothing that they in the 40 acts there's something which you have to go out of the way and do something. It's all small small things.
Yeah.
And maybe in not all those acts you can pass on the card. Like one act was you have to go and be with the stray animals.
Hmm.
So a friend of mine, they provided vitamin medicines for stray animals at a local hospital which is run on a charitable charity. So you can't give card to the stray animals, right? But at least you've done that act of kindness. You made that animal smile. The point is to make
Yeah.
someone smile. Card is just a reminder.
Yeah.
So for me also, I think after certain years, it should get into your DNA. You should not need the card to do an act of kindness. You just go and do the act of kindness.
Yeah, yeah. And how does this feels? Like how does it feels when people are sharing stories with you? There are a lot of different kind of stories coming in front of you about kindness and the moment where you started and it has reached, a great place. How do you feel?
So when I started it, I didn't expect it to grow so big. Like I started with printing 2,000 cards, thinking that one in a year, in a one given year, I can do 2,000 acts, and that's fine. I mean, I will make 2,000 people smile. But in the first year itself, it went to 25,000 cards I had to print and reach 9 countries. And thanks to social media, I'm very thankful to Facebook and now Instagram and Twitter that this movement has reached places because of the reach across the world. People from different countries, there's a place called Togo, there's a place called Latvia, which actually I had to Google that does this country even exist. And people from the smallest countries have also called for this card. So with that has actually inspired me. It gives me a kick. I don't know. I know you also you don't drink, and I also don't drink. But the people say you get a high when you drink. I get that kind of a high. It's basically called a giver's high.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get that kick that oh my god, this is something. So sometimes even I wonder that I'm giving out so many cards. Are actually people doing any act of kindness? But then I receive that story early in the morning when I'm reading that story, and it brings me a smile. That no, there are people who are doing kind act. There are people who are calling for it. There are people who want to do so many good things. So
Yeah.
I'm just being an inspiration, just being the middleman to do it, a mediator kind of a thing.
Okay. And what kind of problems were there? When you said you're an author. So what kind of problems did you have while writing? Because did you have any a team which was working back to back, or was it just you who was editing and doing all these things?
So no, it's completely one man show. There is no team, nothing, and I've reached all this alone. But yes, thanks to people around who have joined the movement and who have taken this. Like say, suppose you have joined the movement and then you wanted to get it done in your college, and then you will call me. That's how it spreads. And challenges, actually speaking, there were no such challenges. But yes, there are people who misunderstood me earlier. Why would you do something like this? What is the need? Coming from a business family, the question was, this is to be done at the age of after age of 60. You don't start giving away things, and it's right now. It's time to earn money and not give back the money. The focus should be to make money. So those were the challenges. But I think once things picked up, 4 5 days, even my close friends were very. They were like, "Why would you do a random act of kindness to a car?" I'm like, let's suppose you are traveling on a highway and you pay a toll for the car behind you, an act of kindness, and you pass on the cars. My friend would say that, "Why would you pay a toll? The 30 rupees or 40 or 50 odd rupees for someone who's behind that car? Guy is a car owner. He can afford 50 rupees." I said, it's not about that 50 rupees. It is about that smile which brings, and maybe that guy, he could do a charity of 2,000 rupees. And just because that of that 50, we can do that also.
Yeah, yeah.
The things were like, that social work should be done for the people who are who are underprivileged. It should be done for the people who are underprivileged. Why you should do only for the, why you should. So I think eventually it all trickles down. It comes down, and then this is what I have seen on last 10 years.
Okay. And as you said, you come from business family. So how did you like? How do you juggle these things? How do you do these things together?
Okay, so my daily 4 to 5 hours goes into this social work. So morning 7:30 to 11 is mostly doing the social work part. 11 to 6 is the business part, and post 6 is the family time. So
Okay.
both my wife and my son, they go to school by 7:30. My wife is a teacher, so I'm free after 7:30. So 7:30 to 11, all social work thing happens. and that's how I manage and
Okay.
I balance my life.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And what would be your advice to anybody who wants to, be kind?
Just be kind. Remember three things. I generally tell them, if you should remember three things what you should do. First is to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
Second is to be kind, and third is to be kind.
To be
It's very
kind.
simple. Just make
Yeah.
someone smile, and you will see. I to generally also tell people that if anytime you feel that you are low in your life, go out and do a random act of kindness. You will smile. You'll be better. You'll be much better position than sitting at home and crying about it. Go out and do an act of kindness. It will be helpful. It will be great for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. And as you said, you also give speaks on how to make people smile. So how to make people smile?
You want me to give ideas of how to make people smile?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so in the book, I have given month-wise ideas. In the way there are less tell it from the book itself.
Yeah. Sure.
So in the month of say suppose January, you are supposed to make policemen smile.
Okay.
So people standing at the signal, you go and give them a bottle of water, or you go and give them something to eat, or give them some chocolates. The smile you see on their face, it's
Mhm.
so genuine. Generally, we are scared of policemen, traffic policemen, but when you
Yeah.
go and give them, you see that they are also humans like us. Then maybe in February, you go and give something to a delivery person. People like Zomato, Swiggy, they all come to deliver to your house. We
Yeah.
generally tip them, but instead of besides tipping them, why don't we share some chocolates or something from our house for them? And
Okay.
then in March it so in the month of March we are targeted auto drivers or taxi drivers. We pay them money. But at the same time, talk about them, talk about their life. No, nobody talks to them. Nobody's interested in their life. You talk to them. Even that talking to them also, it's not always giving something. Even talking to them, listening to them, कैसा है, कैसे आपके घर में problem, क्या चल रहा है. And even sometimes listening to them makes a huge difference on them. Then maybe the liftman and the security man in your building, right? We generally avoid them. We don't even look at them because we are busy on the phone. So that time, just make them smile or just ask them about their family. The small things, or your neighbors. You can buy like right now, lockdown is there, right? So senior citizen in the building, you can buy groceries and vegetables for them, or walk their pet in the building where because they can't get out. There's so many things which you can do, or your teachers,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can connect with your old school teachers or your class one teacher, your class two teacher, who might be you might not be in touch now, but if you call them up, they feel so great. I have
Yeah.
heard a teacher saying that my old students, if they call me, I feel no, I have done something good in their life. I have impacted because they are the people who have actually changed us. They are the people who have actually made us. Then
Yeah.
there's a cleaning staff. Then there's a senior citizen. I mean, there's so many different ways. I mean, I'll share my 40 acts of kindness videos with you on WhatsApp, and you will
Sure.
see there are so many different ways where you can actually make someone smile.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. And yeah, so thank you very much for being here. It was wonderful having you. Yeah, just last question I would ask to you. Would you like to speak about something or leave a message or add up something? You can just do it now.
Okay, so my focus is always call for these cards. Call
Okay.
for these cards, use these cards. It's available for free. There are no charges. Yes, it comes with a condition. If I send you 10 cards, you have to do 10 acts of kindness. Google about your turn now. Google about your turn now, the 40 acts of kindness video, and you will see that it's so easy to make someone smile. Let's
Yeah.
make this world a better place. Let's make this world a better place for the next generation. Let make this next generation a kinder lot, so that we don't, so it's not only just kindness towards human beings, it's also kindness towards animals, kindness towards nature, kindness towards environment.
Yeah.
It's so important. So
Yeah.
let's together make this world a better place.
Yeah. Wonderful. We will. And the mission which you are on is a wonderful thing. Just keep this going on. And thank you very much for helping the community. And thank you very much for being here. Again, it was wonderful. And it was wonderful having you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.